Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. For me, education is more than books and exams. It's about shaping people, building character, and finding purpose. I'm truly inspired by the chairman of Ryan Group of Institutions, Dr. A.F. Pinto and Madam Grace Pinto, whose commitment to value education and quality education has impacted many lives. As educators, I believe that just delivering content is not enough. We need to connect that content to values, to real life, to the world our students would grow into. So let's work together to raise a generation that is ready not just to face the world, but to lead it.
Namaskar, greetings, and gratitude. I welcome you all to the Inspirational StarTalks episode number 56. And today, on the hot seat with me is Miss Shweta Poddar. How are you, Miss Shweta?
I'm good, ma'am, and it's lovely to see you after such a long time. I am really grateful to you for giving me this opportunity to be on this famous talk show, and I'm really looking forward to talking a lot with you and discussing a lot of things. So once again, I would like to, extend my heartfelt gratitude to you for inviting me for this show.
Thank you. Pleasure is mine. Thank you. Miss Shweta is a dynamic and self motivated educationist. She is a competent professional with proven skills, targeting for challenging and rewarding opportunities as principal, administrator, educator in organizations of high repute. I welcome you again, Shweta.
Thank you, ma'am. Those are really kind words.
Shweta, what drives your passion for education and what do you believe are the most critical skills for students to succeed in today's world?
A very apt question. When I talk about my passion for education, Preeti ma'am, what I feel is I draw inspiration from the teachers of my school. When I was a student myself, I was fascinated by my teachers. And as we say, your appearance is what impresses you for the first time. So I would see my teachers walking into the class properly in a sari, pinned cotton saris, delivering their lectures. And we students, it was a convent, so we were all girls there, listening to them intently, and then, waiting to interact with them. So that picture of my teachers in my mind has actually driven me in the field of education. And as I look back on those times, what I feel is that I was born to be a teacher. I think I would not fit into any other profession than being a teacher, because when I'm a teacher, I feel I'm my best. And being with children uh, brings alive the child in me. So seeing those twinkle in their eyes, those smiles on their faces, looking forward for the teacher, talking to them, sharing their hearts out, confiding into the teacher, is what really makes me all the more looking forward to my profession, and regarding it with greater respect. So that's what has actually driven me into this profession, and I feel education is a very powerful weapon. It is a tool which helps you to transform, shape, and it also helps you to empower the young mind so that they are able to contribute meaningfully to the world. So I believe this is the best profession to be in, and it's very satisfying, and it gives you a lot of joy being with children around. I think the second part of the question talked about the critical skills that are required in children. So, ma'am, as you know, that the education today has undergone a 360-degree transformation, and the world is very fast paced, and the society is ever evolving. So I believe there are the four C's which are very important in shaping the personality of a child. And the four C's that I believe in truly are, number one, communication, number two, collaboration, creativity, and the fourth one I feel is coping with stress. I wanted to bring all the C's together. So instead of emotional intelligence, I'm talking about coping with stress. I feel if you are able to, express your thoughts into words, then you are able to get the attention of people immediately. So I put communication on the top of the pyramid. And collaboration, as we know, that teamwork and team dynamics play a very important role in today's world. Nobody can work in isolation. You need to actually work together, learn to work together. And if you look into the family, the way the family is brought up today, every family has a single child. So they hardly learn to, share. They hardly learn to express themselves. They hardly learn to, work together. So I feel this is a very important skill in today's nuclear family. So we need to develop the collaborative spirit in our children. And of course, the world is so fast today, everybody knows everything. Knowledge is easily available, easily accessible. So I feel creativity, thinking out of the box, being different, being unique is very, very important. If you are different, then you are able to carve a niche for yourself. So I feel that's very, very important. And of course, we know the present times are times of tough competition. There's actually cutthroat competition today. So being strong in your emotional intelligence, or being able to cope with stress and manage your emotions, becomes of prime importance. So I still believe that these four C's are very important skills, and we as educators must strive to develop these skills in our children, so that when they grow up, they're able to face the world and they're able to live their life successfully. Thank you so much.
Rightly said. Wonderful. Yes, absolutely. The four C's are important. Absolutely. Now, Shweta, can you share a memorable experience from your teaching or administrative career that had a profound impact on you?
Uh, there are many experiences. I cannot share all of them, ma'am. But yes, I would like to talk about the affiliation for grades 11, 12 in my previous school, in my last school where I was heading the school. Had a great impact on me because those were COVID times. Things were very difficult. And unfortunately, my chairman and my director were down with COVID. And the affiliation was scheduled, and I was very new to this entire process, the paperwork, the legalities, and the requirements for affiliation. So those were difficult days. Like mentally, also, we were not prepared for that sudden, thing that happened. But working for the affiliation of my school, putting things in place, checking all the paperwork, and preparing the school for the affiliation. And then, CBSE has this, video you need to make, send the video to the school, all the documentation work. And because it was COVID time, I did not have my teachers with me. I did not have the majority of the office staff with me. But somehow, every step led to another step, and with the handful of people I had to support me and help me, I was able to pull it through smoothly. And I think a lot of learning happened in the process. I really got into the system of school education. I really got into, looking into all the nitty gritties of running a school. So that has really helped me to improve myself. And what I learned and what I believe is that if you really want to do something, then the entire universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. And the same thing happened with me. And see, this one experience opened the gateway to many more learnings, and the satisfaction, the contentment that I got was truly immense. So I'm proud. I got affiliation for my previous school, and I'm still remembered for that.
Beautiful. What a beautiful experience. Congratulations on this,
Thank
Shweta.
you, ma'am.
You have already told us, but is there any other successful project or initiative that you would like to
Uh,
share with us?
Well, there are quite a few. I've worked very closely with you, ma'am, and
Yes.
you are very well aware. We had gone for an international cultural exchange program to Montreal with a group of 22 students. So that was my first international experience. So a lot of apprehensions were there, a lot of inhibitions were there. How I am going to manage that to in a foreign country, how I'm going to look after the children, the food, a lot of things were there. And what are we going to do? How are we going to collaborate with the school there? So that was an experience for me, which taught me that we need to come out of our comfort zone, walk to an untrodden path, and explore what all potentials are there in you and what all you can achieve. So that experience with my children, a group of 22, to Canada, and staying there for 15 days. That was my first trip out of my house without my family, and with a responsibility of children with me, which really, and of course, collaborating with the school there really helped me to learn a lot of things. What are the recent changes happening in the field of education, how the children in the western world are brought up, what kind of I mean to say, the values are being instilled in them, and what we need to do back in our houses. So that was one thing which actually helped me a lot. And I would also like to mention another experience of mine, or another project that I undertook again in my past school. You are very well aware of the ISA, the International School Award. So when I joined the school, the first day, my chairman, they said that, Shweta, I want the ISA thing had to happen in my school. I don't know what it is, but you have to do it. I said, don't worry, sir. I have little experience in my past school, and I'm going to make it. So, right from the process of registering for it, then preparing the teachers, deciding what activities to be undertaken, collaborating with schools around the world, and planning the entire schedule for it, and preparing the dossier. So all those things really gave me a lot of confidence that yes, I can do it if I really want to do. So, and eventually we got the award. The school was overwhelmed, full of joy. So that is one thing I would like to mention here, and has helped me a lot.
Wonderful, wonderful experiences, I must say, Shweta. Yes, we have been colleagues for so many years and worked
Yes,
very closely together.
a lot of learning has happened in the school where we work together. And I would like to mention here that I still carry a few learnings that I learned from you. I've always
Oh,
known you, Preeti ma'am, as a very calm and composed person. So whenever I'm tempted to shout, scream, yell, I tell myself, be Preeti Futela, be Dr. Preeti Futela, be calm, be composed, and things will fall. And that's what you used to tell, that no need to get worked up, everything will
thank
happen.
you.
So that is one learning I've taken from you, and I really implement in my present organization.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad to know that. Thank you. So, how do you prioritize your own professional development and growth? And what opportunities do you seek out to continue learning?
Ma'am, I feel learning is a lifelong process. There's no end to it. And to grow in life, professional development must be looked into. So professional growth, it's a journey. It's a continuous process, and we as educators, we need to upgrade ourselves, update ourselves with the latest trends in the field of education. So I try to attend a lot of workshops, and update myself, or upgrade myself with the latest trends in education, in educational technology, in new pedagogical techniques which we can use to handle the 21st century students, the Gen Z that we call. And apart from workshops, participating in seminars, a lot of conferences, and again, networking with educators, like-minded people, to exchange ideas, to share ideas. The more you share, the better you become, and knowledge grows with sharing. So I feel these things we need to do. And one thing which I feel is all the more important is reflective thinking, believing that what I do is the best will not work. We need to reflect upon, and we need to see, evaluate our work, how far we have been successful, how far the learning outcomes have been achieved, and we need to identify the areas of improvement. So if we are able to do all these things together, so every day is a new experience, and I feel then we are able to grow. So, professional growth and development does not mean only accumulating degrees. It actually means acquiring the skills required to meet the demands of the present generation. So, it has to be a continuous process. And with NEP coming up, ma'am, I think we need to look into other modes of teaching. Gone are the days of chalk and talk. It's more about experiential learning. It's more
Yes,
about competency-based education. It's more about integration in education. So we need to be abreast of with the changing trends, and then only we will be able to give to the society what we really want to do.
absolutely.
It's a very dynamic field, so we
Hmm.
also need to be
Yeah,
dynamic.
as they say, LLL, lifelong
Yes,
learner.
lifelong
Yes,
learner. Yes.
we are. So, what do you believe are the most important qualities for an effective educational leader, and how do you embody those qualities in your own work?
I'm reminded of just one quote that I tell myself day in and day out. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. I think that tells you everything. It's not only about having a vision. We have to, chalk out a plan, how to achieve that vision, and we need to guide people working with us and show them how to do it. So it's not only about demanding that this has to be done. We need to be commanding. We need to, walk the talk. We need to lead by example. We need to be role models. So I feel as an educational leader, we have to be very approachable, very open. People should be able to come and share their problems with us, and so that we are able to handhold them, guide them, and nurture them. So I feel a leader has a very big role. It's not about just giving your uh, giving your commands, or just about telling that this is what I want from you. You need to make people understand. So a leader has to be a role model, a very good listener, and helping. And this is how you can actually inspire someone. And I'm really fortunate that in my entire journey, I've got very good leaders in my life. And I would like to mention, if there is time, I would like to mention all the leaders who have actually impacted my life. One being you yourself, ma'am. So I would talk about my days in Mumbai. So my first leader who actually helped me a lot was Miss Alice Vaz. She was the principal of Ryan Kargar, and from her, I learned that you need to have trust in your team. Nobody is perfect. Everybody learns in the journey, so that's very much important. And then when from Mumbai, I shifted to Gujarat. I had my principal there, Mrs. Kelkar. She was one lady who had knowledge of every subject. And I used to think that how can she, know Marathi as a subject, mathematics, English, social sciences. And then I promised myself that in case I go to become a leader in future, I need to not only be an English faculty member, I need to have good grasp over all other subjects. and that has really helped me. Then Delhi days when I worked with you and uh, Kavita Soni ma'am, I cannot forget those days. Well, that's the place where my growth really happened. uh, I know a lot of, because you all trusted me, I guess, a lot of work was given to me. And since I never refused work, I saw the growth in me, the development in me. So I always tell my teachers now that if I give you a task, don't say why me, say wow me. Because that's an opportunity for you to actually work upon your skills to explore new boundaries and to develop as an individual. And then when I worked with Dikshant at Haldwani, where I headed the school, uh, my chairman and my director were very grounded. They were very, modest people. And I used to tell myself that look at their modesty, how they give importance to every small soul that they meet. Like they make you feel that, oh, you're very important. So I thought that I also need to do this. And I think I forgot about Kavita Soni, ma'am. I would like to talk more about her. If time permits, ma'am, tell me.
Yes, please go ahead.
One person,
Yes,
yes,
who
ma'am,
has made a change in our all our lives.
all
Yes.
our lives. She was one person who knew how to talk to people, who knew how to win hearts. And I have worked under her. I went on my international trip with her. There, the way I saw her taking care of the children, taking care of me, I felt this is what I want to become in life. I should be able to, talk to my parents in such a way that they are totally convinced with me, understand their problems, and approach to them as if I am one of their kind. So that is one skill I learned from Kavita ma'am, and from you, to be calm and composed, always smiling. The smile should never go. And if you see the smile on my face today, ma'am, I'm telling you, I stole it from you. And when I go to my workplace, they all say, if someday I'm not smiling, where's your smile, ma'am? We want you to be smiling. So I feel we need to be very pleasant, so that's the kind of energy you are, giving to others. So that's very important.
So beautiful. So beautiful knowing your journey. Thank you. Thank you so much. So the last question for the day. As
I
someone
don't want it to be the last question. I want it to go on, and I want to speak my heart out with you, because after a very long time we are actually talking. So
actually, yes, yes. So, as someone who has worked in various educational roles, what suggestion, advice would you give to aspiring educators and leaders?
there's only one advice, ma'am. Love your work, love your children, and love yourself. If that is sorted, then everything falls in place. And if you really love your work, you will show willingness to learn, unlearn, relearn. Because as I said, learning is a lifelong process, and we should be open to learning at all times. So if you love your children, you will go on learning. If you love yourself, again, you will go on learning. So I feel loving the children, God has given us such tender souls to nurture, to take care. And if we really do a good job there, God is going to bless us. So I feel in every child, I personally, I see my daughter in every child that I interact with. And that's what, drives me. That's the propeller for me, to work to the best of my ability. And I feel if times are difficult, we say when the going is tough, the tough goes going. uh, I think I said it correctly. When the going is tough, the tough gets going. I'm sorry. So I feel if times are difficult, children are smart. Advent of AI has changed the narrative altogether. So we as educators, we need to understand that we cannot underestimate ourselves. We are not here to supplement education. We are here to complement education. So if we give the kind of value to ourselves, that we actually hold being in this teaching fraternity, I feel we don't know the multiple ways in which we can impact the minds of the children. And the small change that you make in one soul is going to give you lifelong satisfaction. So, as educators, at least have in mind that I'm going to touch one life at least, so that when you retire from work and we're not, then you can tell yourself that yes, I've done something in life, I've done something, I've contributed to society. Being a teacher, you are able to give back to the society what you have taken all the while. So I feel that if you really want to be a good educator, if you want to be remembered by people, so always remember that a good educator, a good teacher can inspire hope, ignite the, the imagination, and instill a love for learning. And that will only happen when you yourself love the job that you are doing. So when you yourself, you love the lectures that you take, the teaching that you do in the classroom, it's going to, spill into the children as well. So we as educators should always strive to change lives with just the right mix of chalk and challenges. So that's my only advice to my aspiring teachers, educators, that do your job to the best of your ability and love it. Don't think that, see, we always thought teaching is a part time job. Okay, it is convenient for me. I think it's a high time we come out of that zone. It
Yes,
cannot be a part time job. It cannot be, and
absolutely.
we need to see that these children are taken good care of. Parents are, leaving the children to us, and we have to ensure that they are in safe custody. So it's a very big responsibility on the educators
Mm.
today, and we
Yeah,
need to
it's a
understand.
24/7 job. Yeah.
24/7 job, and we need to
Absolutely.
understand we are not here to earn money. I'm sorry if you are in the under the impression that I'm going to make it. Of course, we all need remuneration, some kind of honorarium, but the ultimate aim, the ultimate driving force should be doing good to the children. So once that is taken care of, then obviously your teaching, your lesson plans will all be beautiful.
Yes, we are touching so many
So
lives.
yes, we are.
We
So it's a
have
very
to
big responsibility
we
being
have
educators.
to be
We need to
responsible.
play our role very well. We are, superheroes without the cape, I think.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shweta. Thank you so much for coming to the Star Talks.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am. It's a pleasure here to be here, to be on your talk show, to visit all the other episodes and see how you have been able to collaborate with so many people, and, let the world know that how we can contribute and how we can inspire others. So it's a wonderful job that you're doing, ma'am, and I'm
you.
really elated to be with you today. Thank you so much for calling me, and I'll be looking forward to many more such shows with you. Thank you.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you. Thank you once again. Thank you, my dear audience. Thank you for being with us in this lovely chat today. I will come back and bring another personality for you in the next week. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.